Roblox The Haunt just recently came out, and it has some mixed reviews. I'm not going to be talking about the entire event itself right now. I have a whole video for that coming out soon. But I have actually played every single game in the event like I always do, and I want to rate which ones were the best. Like, which ones had the best The Haunt event in their game. The entire The Haunt event really doesn't require the games to put that much effort like they did in the past, because really the only thing you do in the games is take a screenshot in pretty much only one game. Like, you don't even have to play any games. So honestly, the Roblox The Haunt's like feature does not benefit any of these games at all, really, because most of them you're not even going to be playing, because for this certain theme, which the recent one was creatures, you're probably going to be like, well, there's not going to be any good creatures in most of these games. I'm going to probably pick The Mimic or Doors or Pressure, because those are, you know, I know those games have scary looking creatures in it. So they're not going to be playing Dress to Impress when looking for a creature, right? Well, I guess I could be mistaken, because I've seen some hideous avatars on that game. I mean, don't even get me started. It's based on themes, which it is unique. They're taking the kind of like the Dress to Impress route. Like I said, I'm not going to be talking fully about it, but that is a little bit of a problem when it comes to playing all these games. Like, there's really no reason to play them all, day one at least. Maybe eventually when you go through all the themes, you'll probably be like, alright, you might go through most of the games. But regardless, let's quit yapping, and I'm going to be rating these games on how good their The Haunt event is. Now, I say The Haunt, I'm really emphasizing that because a lot of these games did a Halloween event that was prior to The Haunt, meaning they made it before The Haunt released, and it wasn't for The Haunt, it was for just the October month. Starting off, we have Adopt Me. Now, Adopt Me added the whole Halloween event for The Haunt. Like, they made it on The Haunt, and for The Haunt, they actually didn't really hold back. There's actually a little bit you can do. You can do Trick or Treat. You can adopt, like, there's a bunch of brand new pets, Halloween pets that you can get in mounts. There's even a specific like level of kind of like the Squid Game Impossible Glass Bridge level, but they added all these additions to the game for The Haunt, not just for a Halloween update, and I do appreciate that. Since a lot of these game developers, or at least some of them, don't really add that much because, well, really The Haunt is only for screenshots. You aren't obligated to add so much to it, other than just make it look Halloween-y, like maybe in the lobby, or add a few pumpkins here and there. But Adopt Me actually went ahead and added a couple brand new additions to the game for the event, which I actually appreciate. Even though I'm not a fan of Adopt Me, I don't play it at all, I do appreciate the design that they have. Like, it is a relatively decently designed game, and I appreciate that they actually went ahead and made something for this event. Now, obviously the Glass Bridge obby is pretty mediocre shit, but I do appreciate that they added a bunch of brand new pets, and you can actually go ahead and like get candies and buy limited time only Halloween items that actually look relatively nice. Like, some of the Halloween pets actually look pretty cool, and I was able to even grab one myself. And for that, I think this is just a very average experience. They didn't go full out, but what they did was they actually put at least some effort into making some new scenarios in this game. Like the new pets, new mounts, the Impossible Glass Bridge Halloween obby, and they obviously even decorated the entire map in a Halloween vibe, which I do appreciate. It isn't amazing, but it's definitely actually pretty average, which is a surprise for Adopt Me, because their past events, they have not been that good. Next up, we have Banana Eats. Now, I don't really like this game too much. I think this game has good sound design. The graphics are decent, but the overall formula of Banana Eats is literally just like a Piggy clone. I mean, there's so many Piggy clones. Can we be a little bit more original? Well, I think it may be more Rainbow Friends-esque, I guess, kind of. I don't know. Rainbow Friends, Piggy, whatever. They're all the same thing. Let's be real, guys. Now, all they really added in this was decorating the entire map with Halloween. You go around collecting pumpkins or candies, etc. I can't remember what it was. And they gave you like a free like Halloween-themed backpack. And they added some new Halloween-themed skins you can get specifically for The Haunt. Which is good that they added some stuff specifically for the event. And it's not much, though. It really isn't. It's not terrible. I do appreciate them giving free items, and some of the skin designs were actually pretty cool looking, so I can see how you would want to maybe go for them if you're a fan of the game, obviously. The game isn't terrible. you know, but it isn't necessarily my type of game. But I don't think they added enough to where it would be considered like, oh, this is great. I'm glad Banana Eats added a fucking banana penis to the game. Like, no, the banana penis has not came out, so we're not going to give that high. At least they made an effort to actually put some new items in the game for specifically the haunt, so I will give them that, and I'll put them at not good, because they didn't add much. Next, we have Blair. Now, Blair is a good game. I like Blair. It's a pretty good Phasmophobia Roblox ripoff that actually is pretty damn well made. It's actually a pretty good game. Like, I mean, it is. And I'm a fan of it, but they didn't really add basically anything for the haunt. They added some new items and shit you can get, but all you do is find these like Halloween-esque items that are kind of like an uncommon drop found in the map. You have to go and find them basically just by playing the game normally, and you bring them to the lobby and put them into the Witch's Cauldron to get items for, like, I think limited time skins or such like that, which at least they added something right, but I mean, this is pretty bad, very lazy, basically just forcing to play the game normally. They didn't really add anything at all. Like, literally all they added was a stick. I'm not joking, you can find a stick in the game. That's all they added. They're like, all right, the haunt. Let's think. What are we going to add for the haunt event? Well, a stick just fell off that tree outside, so maybe we'll add something like that. Oh, brilliant! Like, they were very lazy. Even though I really, really like this game, I'm very disappointed with them not putting hardly any effort. You would think Blair, like, oh my gosh, this is a horror game. They're going to make, like, a specific Halloween-esque, like, map. And they definitely should have. I don't know why they didn't. They should have. Like, a very scary Halloween-looking, like, creature, etc. They should have added that. I believe there's some, like, there's a werewolf sound. I don't know if that's in the game normally, but there's some, like, Halloween sounds that I discovered in the game. But the ghosts are literally the same things that they were already before. There's no new ghosts. There's no new nothing. Maybe they were rushed. They didn't get enough time. I don't know. It could be on Roblox for all I know. Maybe Roblox rushed them, and that's why they couldn't make anything too special. But they had the opportunity. If they would have added a brand new Halloween map, literally like they could have easily done that, and then just adding like maybe one Halloween ghost or maybe multiple Halloween ghosts that you can find. What they could have done is just reskin the ghost for that level. They could have done that, but they failed miserably. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say this is bad. Even though the game's good, this is not saying the games are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what their event was, what they did for the event. They didn't do hardly anything. Literally a stick, and that's it. I'm sorry, Blair, but that was bad. Next up, we have Color or Die. Another kind of like... this is like a Cheese Escape clone, which these games are relatively lazy. I do think that the Stickman figure guy is cool looking. This is my first time even playing the game. It has a little bit of a unique aspect to it where you have to find colors and slam yourself in the wall and blend in. It's pretty unique, but it is literally just a Cheese Escape clone. Nothing too special about it. You're just going through a maze, and it's the same old bullshit. The creature is relatively unique, like a Stickman horror creature. You wouldn't expect a Stickman to ever be a horror creature, but all they added for the Halloween update is just finding candies around the map, and there's brand new Halloween skins for the Stickman. So at least they did add some brand new things specifically for the haunt that I will say was more than what Blair did, so we'll give it that. It's similar to what Banana Eats did. You just find candies and there's Halloween skins. That's it. Nothing special, but it's not bad. I mean, at least they added some new stuff. So I'll give them that, and I will say it's not good. But obviously it's not amazing. Not good is not good, guys. Not rated that high. And I will say Blair is a better game than all the ones I've already listed. Next, we have Doors. Now, Doors, I really like what they did with this. I was hoping that they would add a brand new event rather than, or a brand new level, rather than just adding something like what they did. But they decorated the entire lobby with Halloween stuff. It looks very nice. Even the maps, like they even decorated the levels, like the hotel, and I believe even the mines which is very good. I like how they did that. And it seems like there's a lot of Easter eggs that happen. I noticed that I was getting like jump scared by some things I've never seen before. And basically the whole thing that they added with this brand new event was candies that are like kind of roguelike. You find a candy and has a chance of doing something good, bad, mid. Like there's a bunch of different things they can do, which I find it really, really cool and really fun. It's a modifier, which they already had modifiers, but this is a brand new RNG-based modifier that is actually kind of fun to do. And basically you find a bunch of candies, you eat them, and once you get up to 100, have to go to the lobby and put those candies in a cauldron to get, I believe it's 100 coins, a free revive, and a badge. And then you can also get up to 1,000 and probably get more, but that's way too much. It doesn't take that long to get, so it's a relatively easy event. But I do like how they actually revamped the map. They didn't add anything new with the creatures, etc. But the Halloween lighting and design that they added is really cool. And I do like the roguelike feature. I mean, there's some brand new features in there from the roguelike candies. So I do appreciate that. And I will say this was a good experience. They didn't add a whole lot, but it was enough to where it was enjoyable. It was fun and funny, and I liked it. It was good. I think Doors was good. I don't think it's very good. I wish they did add more, but I'm not complaining with what they added. You know, it is a Halloween-esque vibe, so, you know, I like it. Next, we have Dragon Adventures. Now, this game is good. The Halloween event that they added was good, but it wasn't the Haunt event. Literally, they didn't do, I'm not even joking, they didn't do anything for the Haunt. What they did was just slap the Haunt's logo on there for their previous Halloween event that's basically already done. Like, if you go to try to play the game, you can't even complete any of the challenges and get the dragons because they're already passed. And the only way you can redo and complete the challenges is by spending like 59, 60 plus Robux. Yeah, that's bad. The Halloween event that they had was good, but that wasn't for the Haunt. Like I said, that was for previous. They didn't do anything for the Haunt. That was something that they did before. They should have just saved that event for the Haunt, and then that it would actually be higher on the list. Like that event is actually pretty good. So this was bad. Like, you can't be doing that. It sucks because like the event is actually good, but like their Halloween event is actually good. The design, the dragons, and all that shit. The brand new Halloween dragons, very cool looking too. Like, all that is good, but that wasn't for the Haunt. A shame, Dragon Adventures, a shame. You really missed there. You know, if you would have just waited for the Haunt to come out to drop that event, you would have got you would have got placed probably up to the good tier. It's a shame though. They couldn't wait. They got too impatient. Next, we have Dress to Impress, and this is a very, very pleasant surprise. Now, when I was going into Dress to Impress, I thought, oh, they're probably just gonna make me do some like Halloween costume theme party. Like, there'd be all these like only Halloween stuff, which honestly I wouldn't mind, and I think people would have liked. I feel like probably people were a little let down that it wasn't like that, but that's basically just a normal game already. Just make custom theme requests. I don't know, just fuck, you could have done that in the normal game already. But they added something I was not expecting at all. A brand new, separate Halloween story that feels like you're going through like a Barbie show or movie, which isn't a bad thing. And it actually played relatively good. And it wasn't even that easy either. And, you know, it isn't necessarily scary, but I like some of the design, especially the two-headed creature found in the chapter 2 of the Haunt event that they had. The first level was pretty mid, I'm not gonna lie. The first chapter for Dress to Impress, you basically just try to find this house that is seemingly so fucking far away. And then once you finally find it, it's actually pretty good. The second chapter, where you have to like go through this, I believe it's a hospital or a hotel or whatever the fuck it is, and there's nurses. Oh, they're like Silent Hill 2 vibes there. That was also good. We had to find the puzzle pieces and all this stuff. Chapter 3, where you actually go through this damn dungeon with like traps everywhere. And then after that, you fight a boss. Like, you would not expect that in a million years in Dress to Impress. I was blown away by it. I was not expecting it. And there was actually some very good voice acting. There's lore, like very good animations. Like, this was actually a very pleasant surprise. And they put actually quite a bit of effort. Like, and they got some decent voice actors too for this experience. And it was a very pleasant surprise. I would say this is very good. You know, you would never see me putting Dress to Impress and very good in a million years. Even though the game's not bad, it's not necessarily my type of game. But that was very pleasant. And you even get to play as your, like, saved outfits. I was Harley Quinn, just going through the horror fields of the game. Great. I liked it. They actually put a lot of effort into this, and I appreciate this. I wish more games did something like this, where they actually full out put on a lot of effort into the event. So, props to Dress to Impress for that. Next, we have Dusty Trip, and once again, they are the ones that never fail to impress me. With the classic event was very good. Did they have the games event? I don't know. Well, it's just a good game no matter what. I am a fan of Dusty Trip. It's the long drive, but honestly better. And yeah, this Halloween event was good. It was pretty quick, but it was still a very good experience. You know, you get a nice new vehicle, hot rod that's very fast in this Halloween world. You trick-or-treat houses, and there's a bunch of new items, candies, pumpkins, and stuff that you can find around the map. There's multiple boss battles, like a witch. There's many new enemies that are all Halloween horror themed. There's a zombie horde, which they also had in the classic event, but you know, who doesn't love a zombie horde battle? And then the final boss was the Headless Horseman, and that was a pretty badass fight. Even though it's all relatively easy, it's very fun, and I like how they actually went all out on the design and actually made a fun, good experience. And Dusty Trip also hit it right on the mark. This was very fun, very good. I liked it, and this is a very good experience. So obviously we're going to put that in very good. Once again, Dusty Trip never fails to put the effort into actually making this a good experience. So props to The Haunt. Props to Dusty Trip for making their The Haunt event actually good. I liked it. Next, we have Horse Life. Now, this game is very well made. It has some of the best horse animations, like very smooth game. I'm impressed with Horse Life as a game, but unfortunately, for their The Haunt event, they did exactly what Dragon Adventures did, and they added nothing new. Though, to be fair, you can complete these normal challenges normally still. There's no, like, deadline, like, oh, you're too late. Like, no, you can complete all these still in the game, but it's nothing new. So, Dragon Adventures, you couldn't really complete anything, which was the huge flaw for that. Like, not only was it a reused event that they already had, you couldn't even really do anything because it was a limited time event that is almost already passed. The Horse Life, at least you can actually still complete it. It's not, like, limited where you know, if you miss the day, you have to spend Robux. No, you can still complete it, and there's a bunch of brand new minigames, and all the stuff that they added is good. But it wasn't for the Haunt. This was pre-Haunt. So, unfortunately, they basically didn't add anything new to the Haunt for their event. So, I'm going to have to put this at bad. To be fair, at least Blair added some stuff new, but what they added was very mediocre. So, props to the Blair. You know, it's top bad. But, you know, I'll put Blair at not good, honestly. Now, Keys did exactly what Banana Eats and Color or Die did. They just added brand new skins and brand new items and stuff that you can get in the game by collecting pumpkins around the map. Basically just forcing you to play the game, and you can get brand new skins. I don't know if they added any new maps. I'm pretty sure it's just skins and pumpkins that you can collect. So, you know, it's limited time items. At least they added something for the Haunt, but it's very mediocre. And I will say, this is probably even worse than, like, Color or Die and Banana Eats. I mean, it's on the same level. It's definitely not good. The game isn't terrible. It's just another kind of, like, Piggy, Rainbow Friends-like vibe with a little bit of a twist. But it's really a mid-game that had a mid-event. So, or even below mid. This is below mid. This is not good. At least he decorated the lobby, but fuck. Next, we have the Mimic. And the Mimic also always impresses me and is always a great experience. The Mimic added some brand new, very scary, very cool designed creatures, and some of them that are even like just in the spawn. They decorated the whole map with Halloween, the event hub, and they added the brand new Halloween trials. And I believe this is a newer Halloween trials because they had the circus trial, I think was the Halloween trials or something like that. This is the newer version of the Halloween trials, which the gameplay isn't the best. The map design is relatively good. It's a little mediocre in the first level, but the second level has really good map design. And the way it plays is alright. There's nothing wrong with it. The AI is pretty broken. Like, you're going to get killed a lot. Luckily, it doesn't matter in these Mimic games until, like, I guess the last level, you can only get killed twice. But the whole burning the pumpkins things, you know, getting the keys, whatever, trying to escape from this crawly fast fuck. And the first level was good. The second level, that fast girl that's really cool. She has like her hair over her head, her eyes. You know, kind of like, you know, Samara Morgan, which I really like because I love The Ring and I love The Grudge and all that shit. Very good. And she's very fast and pretty scary. And you have to light the candles. That was actually pretty unique. You have to keep lighting it. And then the third level where it's those giant fuckers and you have to go around finding ingredients and putting it in the cauldron. That's very clever for the Halloween event, putting it in cauldron, doing like witches shit and creating a potion. That was clever. I like that a lot. And you throw the potions at the monsters. It gets a little repetitive since you have to do it 3 times, but it's not bad. This was obviously very good. We already know the Mimic never ceases to disappoint. Very good, very cool monsters, very cool design, and it was definitely a fun experience. And even get a nice little pumpkin lantern for winning, and even a badge. So you can't complain about that. Next, we have Murder Mystery 2, and, well, Murder Mystery 2 added a brand new Halloween event. They decorated the whole lobby and whatever. It does look nice. They decorated the maps, like every map got decorated. There's brand new Halloween skins to go for, etc. And there's a brand new Vampires vs. Hunters event for the Haunt, where you can play either as a villager, which basically you can't do shit, a hunter, which is just a sheriff, and a vampire, which is just a murderer, basically. But I believe you get different weapons, or I don't even know. I think it's just whatever. And I think there's some brand new maps in there as well. So that's good that they actually put some effort into making some brand new content for the game and some limited time experiences. I do appreciate that, but it's still kind of a mediocre experience. Murder Mystery 2 is just super dated. It still can be a fun experience, and it's still a good game on Roblox that really, like, pioneered a lot when it came to Roblox games, and it's been a huge Roblox game forever. So I'm glad that they actually participated in this. I think this is the first time they participated in a Roblox event, so that's good. It wasn't a terrible experience. They added a little bit more than some of the games, which I do appreciate, so I'll be putting this at average. I don't think it was good. They didn't add that much, and the Vampires vs. Hunters is kind of just like a reskin of just normal Murder Mystery, so I'm not complaining though. It wasn't terrible, but you know, that was that. Next we have Pet Sim 99. In Pet Sim 99, well, of course they added a brand new set of levels that you can do, brand new pets to go for, new currencies for that event, like the candies and the candy corn. And there's just a bunch of brand new pets that you can go for that you can keep forever, and the Halloween map design, etc. Just normal Pet Sim 99 though, but I'm glad they actually put a decent amount of effort into making some brand new, pretty good looking pet designs. And it was still, you know, an addicting experience. You know, Pet Sim 99 is just very addicting. That's why a lot of people like playing it. I am quite a fan of Pet Sim 99, or Pet Sim in general. It really pioneered that kind of like simulator design, and it's just very addicting. It isn't necessarily a great game, but it's just an addicting game, which I think is what they're going for. I do think this was actually relatively good, just because they actually, like, I really liked some of the pet design, and I like the map design for the brand new event. And it's not like they just went ahead and added, like, oh, you can find candy corn in the map and we decorated it a little bit. No, you can actually get some permanently, like, limited time only characters and go through some actual levels that they made specifically for the Haunt. So I think this was actually good. It's definitely not necessarily on the same level as Doors, but I think it's like very bottom of good. I think it's better than Adopt Me, and I think it's better than Murder Mystery 2, so we're going to put this at good. Next we have Piggy, and Piggy is also another pleasant surprise. Piggy is a pretty repetitive game. I played it all the way through, and it isn't terrible. There's quite a bit of content, but it is just relatively repetitive. It's the same formula, just copy-paste bullshit, and this fucking entire, like, Piggy really pioneered the type of style. Well, in reality, Granny did, but Piggy pioneered it on Roblox. And yeah, it just takes what Granny had, and I guess just does make it better. I don't think it's scarier, but the gameplay is better than Granny, I will admit. But it's still just very repetitive. But this event was actually good. It really doesn't even feel like Piggy that much. It's a first-person scenario where you go through a relatively decently length experience. You shoot carrots at zombie piglins or villagers or whatever the hell they're called in the Piggy universe, and you have to complete obviously the puzzles, finding the keys, finding different things. You can even mine stuff. Like, there's different scenarios and ways you can unlock new things to unlock other things, you know, just the normal Piggy gameplay. but it was actually done right and actually was quite enjoyable. And it felt kind of good finding some stuff and completing certain puzzles. Yeah, the whole kind of like zombies, like first-person vibe was very, very good. And there's even some guys with guns that can fuck you up. There's chase scenes with the actual relatively scary looking and sounding giant monster bunny. And all this stuff was actually just very good. It was a very pleasant experience, and I think this was actually, like, they put a lot of effort into this. It's an entirely different game than Piggy. So, I think this was very good. I am obviously putting this at very good. I think this was a very good experience, and I liked it a lot. And I think everybody would agree. I feel like most people are probably not expecting much from Piggy from their past experiences, their past events, but this was a huge surprise and a huge W for Piggy. I think this is very good. Next, we have Roblox Pressure, and another one that is a banger. Pressure is one of my favorite Roblox games and Roblox horror games, and I'm glad it's on here, and this was a banger. I love the whole rave kind of deal with the skeletons raving and dancing. I wish you could hear music, but you know, maybe the music is too powerful that a human can't hear, but the skeletons can clearly. I think it's really funny. The skeletons kind of like twerk and shit. It's like, it has a lot of parody vibes, and there's even some shots at the creators that the narrator does, and it's really cool. The map design is amazing. Some of the new creatures are very cool looking. None of them are really that scary looking, but regardless, they're very cool looking, and I really like the map design, the way it plays, where you're getting chased by that skeleton security guard, the skeleton rave, the giant skeleton, even the golems that are kind of like weeping angel-esque. But I think the coolest enemy was definitely the serpent skeleton guy that's found in the water that is just very fast and can fuck you up pretty easily. That thing was actually kind of a threat. But other than that, there really wasn't too much that was a problem in this game. It wasn't incredibly easy, but it definitely was relatively easy. And that's not necessarily a problem, but it was definitely very good. And I like this a lot. I think this was a good-ass experience. They put a lot of effort into it. They made a huge-ass, like a whole-ass, like, chapter of Halloween. Like, this is all just for the haunt. And this was very, very good. They put a lot of effort into this. And there's even, like, a brand new shop merchant guy. There's a lot. And this was obviously a very, very fun experience. And I think this is obviously one of the best. Very good. Next, we have Pull a Sword, and this game is a very mediocre experience. It's just a simulator game that's pretty bland, but they actually put a little bit of effort into this with not only making a whole-ass Halloween map for this event, but and brand new weapons, brand new pets, etc. They also had some, like, animation done for the game, so they actually put a decent amount of money in this that were actually pretty well made. The music doesn't really fit the animations, but I still respect the effort they put into this. There's even some brand new dungeons you can do. There's quite a bit. And I actually do appreciate the effort that they put in. It isn't crazy, but it's better than a lot of the other games that just added some just like, oh, collect candy corn for a new skin. No, they actually made a whole brand new level for permanent, like, new items, some swords, pets, etc. And it's actually quite the pleasant experience, even though I'm not really a fan of the game and I did get bored. But I can see if you are a fan of this game, you will enjoy this a lot. So I do appreciate this one, even though I'm not really a fan of the game that much. It is still a pretty decent experience, and I will put this at average. This is a, you know, it's better than all the ones below it, so I'm going to put it here. The only reason why I'm putting it only at average is just because it's a pretty bland experience, but at least they put effort into it. Next, we have Royal High, and here we go with another one that didn't do anything for the haunt. They had a previous Halloween event festival that they made, which is very well made. There's a lot of cool things you can do, and it looks beautiful, but it wasn't made for the haunt. It was made before the haunt, just for an October special. Like, oh, wow, cool, but it's not made for the haunt, which is a definitely disappointment. You already know where I'm going to put that, you know, even though it does look good, and I appreciate the design and effort that they put into this, and you can even play like Quidditch, like there's like a broom racing thing where you collect Halloween candy. All that stuff would have been very good if it was meant for the haunt, but it was not meant for the haunt, and for that, we're going to have to put this at bad, because, yeah, it's just, to be fair, it's not like Dragon Adventures where you can, you know, you can actually complete the challenges. You can do everything. There's no time limit. but they didn't really put much effort into anything for the haunt in particular. It was all made previously. And for that, we're going to have to put it at bad. Yeah, once again, the event is not bad. I know people are going to get mad. They're like, why did you put these games at bad? They were actually good. Like, yeah, they're good. Their Halloween event was good, but it wasn't meant for the haunt. We're talking about the haunt event. What they did for the haunt. They didn't do anything. Next, we have Scary Sushi, and this is a game that actually did a little bit for the event. I'm not really a fan of the game. It's actually pretty bland and repetitive, and it takes a little bit. I do like how you actually, like, it mixes, like, cooking in with kind of, like, I wouldn't say Piggy. It's kind of its own game, I guess, with, like, a little bit of horror elements. There's some threats. There's this, like, I guess, kind of creepy looking. He's kind of just goofy looking. But I do like the vibe of it, and, you know, you're cooking stuff in this Halloween world that really isn't even Halloween themed. You're just cooking sushi normally. There's no Halloween vibe to it. They just added reskins for each of these characters, and you just go around collecting candies. It's literally just like every other event where they just added some brand new skins and you just collect candy. They took that same formula and placed it in Scary Sushi, and so you know where that's gonna go. It's gonna go with the rest of them, and not good. Boom. We'll put it at top of not good because I like sushi. That's it. Next, we have slap battles, and it kills me to put this here. I already know where I want to put this, but slap battles, I was very disappointed. They didn't really do anything new. I mean, they added a little bit new, but they took the same exact formula as they had for the original events that they did previously and put it in here and just like added some Halloween-esque like decorations here and there. Wow, so creative. But to be fair, they did add some brand new gloves and skins, which I do appreciate. So I won't be putting this at bad, but I was disappointed that they did not really add anything new. Like this, just a little bit of like some skins here and there, and that's it. That's it. They added a jack-o'-lantern thing. That's cool, but yeah, this is definitely bottom of not good. They just didn't add anything much at all. I mean, they added a couple new things for specifically the haunt, but that's it. But for the most part, they already had a previous Halloween event that was going on, so they didn't add too much from that, but they did add some new stuff for the haunt, so I'll give them that. But I think it's bottom of not good because they didn't add much. Next, we have Survive the Killer, which kind of added this specific event, like dire work or whatever it's called, on the same day as the haunt. Even though I don't think it's meant for the haunt, we'll judge it with the haunt because they did add, you know, it is, I guess, was meant or made on the haunt. So I don't know how to rank that too much. But with this event, they basically just took exactly what the other games did. You just play the game and get like candies or pumpkins, etc. around the map to get some new skins and stuff for the game. And that's really all you do in Survive the Killer. But like the rest of them, they didn't add much. Another disappointing experience. I feel like Survive the Killer, they also could have added some brand new horror maps, or just a horror map and some new characters like related to Halloween for the game, but they didn't do that. So I was disappointed, and this is obviously just like the rest of them, and I'm putting it in not good. Fuck! Why can't they just add stuff better? Next, we have Tower Defense Simulator, and this is a great game, probably the best tower defense game on Roblox, and just a very good tower defense game in general. Very good animations, very good everything. The game's good, but they didn't actually do anything, and I'm not joking, they didn't do anything for the event. They added a brand new, like, event that I think kind of was related to Halloween before, but it wasn't made for the haunt. It was just made for the game. So they didn't actually add anything, and I'm not joking, they didn't add anything for the haunt. You can read the description on what they added for the haunt here. This is all they added for the haunt. The haunt event is here. Use the new try-on feature in TDS and take spookiest photos. So I get this. This is what the haunt was meant for. It's just with the kind of like catalog avatar creator try-on thing and just take a picture. Okay, cool. You know, you take a picture of your avatar. Oh, wow. I'll show you what they meant by this. I do appreciate that they did some designing, but I think this was just mainly just meant for their Halloween event. Now, what did they add for specifically the haunt? Like, let's not include their just Halloween event. What did they add for the haunt? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you right now. Boom. This is what they added. This is it. You just like find items and you wear them. Like, all right, I want to look like a scary Halloween creature guy. Let's get like a fucking zombie penis. Let's get some slippers. Let's get this fucking baby. Oh my god. Oh, this is pretty terrifying. Okay. I could see the hype in this now. But yeah, that's all they added. And pretty much every Roblox game that's a part of the Haunt has that same catalog. You know, I know that's what it's meant for, though. You know, you're just meant to take pictures, so you can't really shit on Tower Defense that much for not adding anything, and I agree. They worked on their whole Halloween event for their game, not for the Haunt. So they're like, why would they add anything else for the Haunt? And I do get that. You know, it's not on them necessarily, but I feel like they should have waited for the Haunt to release to then add that event specifically for the Haunt, but they didn't. They added their event for their game, not for the Haunt. And for that, obviously we can't really rank this game high. We're gonna have to put the Haunt event at bad, because they didn't add anything specifically for the Haunt. It wasn't meant for the Haunt. Their only thing that they added for the Haunt was their catalog shit. That's it. Now basically all Toilet Tower Defense added was a Halloween map with basically just seemingly normal looking enemies, like normal looking skibbity enemies. Wow, so awesome. This is very lazy, but at least they did add something for the event, but it's just very lazy that I think it's arguably, it's just very bad. I mean, it is probably a reused map, and this game is just, I had to say it, it's not good. Toilet Tower Defense didn't really put much effort into this at all. It feels super forced, lazy, and I don't know, I don't like it at all. Not only do I not like the game, they didn't add anything at all. I'm putting this at bad. Fuck you, Toilet Tower Defense. Fucking, how about you get waterboarded or something, prick. But we're not done here. We need to rank which one is the best and which one is the worst out of this list here. Which game had the best The Haunt event in this event? Well, let's start with which one is the worst. Now we have 5 candidates here for which ones were bad. Now all these games are relatively good except for maybe not Toilet Tower Defense, but all these games really didn't do anything for the event. It's not like they did something for the event, but it was terrible. They just didn't do anything for the event at all, and that's not good. You know, you can't really rank when a game just slaps on the Haunt logo and it's like, all right, yeah, we're a part of the Haunt now. No, you didn't do shit for the Haunt. You just had a previous Halloween update and was like, alright, you guys can just reuse this, I guess. Now, I will say, it's only between 2 here. Dragon Adventures and Toilet Tower Defense. Now, Tower Defense Simulator is also a candidate here, but I will take in consideration that they did, you know, their Halloween event is good. And I don't know, I just like the game. TDS is just way better. At least, you know, yeah, they didn't do anything for the Haunt really at all, but their Halloween event is at least good. So we'll keep that. Toilet Tower Defense added something, but they only added a level and I guess like some new skins or whatever the fuck. But the game, it's just so repetitive and so bad. And I will say, you know, I'm gonna have to give it to Toilet Tower Defense being the worst. I really do. To be fair, Dragon Adventures didn't add anything, so you would think I would probably put Dragon Adventures, but no. I just think Toilet Tower Defense as a whole game is just not good. It's a cash grab bullshit game, and that's not really well made. The enemy designs is literally just like copy-paste bullshit. They didn't add anything really new for the Halloween event, and it was just not good. I think it is the worst game out of this entire event. And last but not least, we have which one was the best game a part of this event. We have 5 candidates for this as well, and there's some bangers in here. It's really hard to decide because some of these games had some incredible experiences that were just very, very good. And yeah, this could be a little biased here, but I think I'm gonna have to go with one here. You know, it's honestly between them all. They all kind of compete. They're all very, very good. You know, Dress to Impress, Dusty Trip, The Mimic, Piggy. Piggy was very, very surprising. And Pressure. But I'm going to have to go with Pressure here because I enjoyed it the most. But the map design's really good. They had whole-ass voice acting going on with it. New creatures, new everything. Everything a part of it's new. And I think that's very good. But I think the Pressure was just the most enjoyable and the most impressive to me with the whole design and everything of it. So I'm going to have to give it to Pressure. I think Pressure was the best out of this experience, out of this event. It had the best event. A lot of effort put into it, and I think this was just the most enjoyable. And I love the design a lot. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's very, very good. So this is my list here. This is my list for the best games in this event, rated on which one is the best and which one is the worst. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys agree or disagree in the comments, let me know. And let me know what you guys think is the best and the worst. I'm curious what you guys have to think. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll eventually upload my Roblox The Haunt game video. Because I actually did play the whole ass event and experienced it. So I'll let you guys know about that one. But the whole event is not done yet, so I will wait till the event is actually finished because there's still more to come. But the event games are not going to change, so I can safely rate these games now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.